What's going on YouTube? Pistol Pete here with video regarding, I see a lot of people on YouTube now are doing, especially the knife community, are doing the two blade challenge as far as bug out blades. One is going to be the fixed blade, the other one is going to be folder. You know, what would be your main bug out blade? What would you go to if you had to leave the house and something happened, or you can only take two knives, one fixed blade, one folder. So to start off, I would think, I'm gonna start off with my the third choice, and then go to my number one choice. Okay, so third, which is would be the Outback buoy by Down Under. This one here, I would love to take with me. It's a really nice knife, really sturdy. I mean, this one here is a close, actually all three, third place, second place, and first place are really close together. I would really, any one of these really, I would really like to take, but if I had to choose, this is the order I would go in. So this one here, I really like. It's, it's a really nice knife, but the reason why it's number three, just because of that, even though it's a really nice knife in pommel, the leather straps can, obviously be a little bit more, more chance of it ripping, something happening here, of heavy use. Of course, everyone knows that these pummels come off. Even on Donnie B All Day's video, you see his fell off. He had to fix his. All his fix was pretty good fix what he did for his. But most people, this thing pops off. So out in if there's something happened and I needed to use this in timely fashion, I can't have that happening. So that's why this would be my number three. Let me see here. My number two would have to be this beast right here, the KHCI KHCI buoy. This one here is a beautiful knife. I mean, it's freaking huge. Look at this thing. And even with me and my arms, this thing's still freaking humongous. I love this knife. I mean, it's still, even for a big knife, it's still pretty wieldable. I mean, I can still move it pretty quick. I mean, do what I need to do with it. But again, due to the size of this, I mean, I love this freaking knife and the thickness. It's a really heavy blade. I mean, this is over 2 pounds right here. I mean, it's a absolutely beautiful knife, but I mean, to be hauling this around and carrying it on the side of my waist, I mean, that's being a little impractical when moving around with this thing. It'll slow you down quite a bit. So I don't think that's going to be that, that big while I'm trying to maneuver and get out of here, out of town, or whatever I need to do in an emergency situation. So my number one pick for the fixed blade would have to be the Old War buoy. Donnie B All Day's Old War buoy. Both of these knives, the last two knives, came from KHCI, the Kukri House. But this one here, I mean, would be my bug out. I mean, it's still light enough to maneuver with. I mean, it has everything you need in an emergency situation. I mean, you can do everything with this knife, including combat if you needed to with this D-guard buoy. I mean, this is a awesome defense knife, utility knife. I mean, everything you need to do with this knife you can do. Chop wood. And it's heavy, but it's not crazy heavy. So I mean, this one here was, again, it's for maneuverability. I mean, it's great. It's nimble. I can move this around really easy. I mean, it's a fast moving knife. I love this knife. It's still thick, but not too crazy thick. And I mean, this thing, you could trust your life with this thing. So that'd be it for the fixed blade here. Moving on to the folders. So I was thinking about it. I like the small folders. But again, this is only take two knives with you, right? This is a nice Kershaw right here. Little folding Tonto blade style. This is a really nice little knife. But again, if I'm going to leave and maybe know if I'm not going to come back to where I'm at, this would be, of course, number three. Tied with number three, though, I would also say my karambit. I do like my folding karambit. These are really nice. I mean, karambit 2, awesome for defense. Awesome for, also for utilitarianism. I mean, you can do everything with these karambits. They're really nice knives. I mean, even do small tasks, cutting. I mean, they're nice. But again, the size of it, I want something a little bigger just in case I do have to defend myself with a really small knife. It's going to be harder than, obviously a bigger blade. If you see Cold Steel's video, Lynn Thompson goes in more detail with why you choose a larger knife than a smaller knife and the cutting power and all that of a larger blade, you know, that you can still do small tasks with. So second place would have to be the Espada large, but in a tactical version with the full G10 handle grips. I do like this one a lot. This one here is, you know, I mean, all these are really easy to deploy. They all come, I mean, razor sharp. Great knife for, you know, for that type of thing if you're going to do a bug out situation. So this was my number second, and then I have also a tie for number second too, would be the Espada large. I do like this one. You know, this one is with the aluminum bolsters. This is the nicer one. Again, though, this gets into the realm of for a folder, and I already got my fixed blade. You know, my big fixed blade, my D-Bat old war buoy. So I wouldn't need a big, huge blade like this for a folder. You know, even though it is beautiful, it's nice. I mean, this thing is built like a tank. You know, we all know cold steel, and when it comes to these Espadas, they're unstoppable as well. So that's why my number one pick, and the one that I would choose for my number one bug out, would have to be the Espada large, but in the fancier version with the aluminum bolsters and the higher grade steel. So this one you could still do small work with. I mean, you could still get in there and do what you need to do with this one, and it's not so cumbersome, so big that it's going to get in your way for a smaller blade, but you can still defend yourself with this. Obviously, it's actually made for that. You know, you can choke up on this one still, or you can get in close, and it's a little, you know, little lighter in your pocket. So when you're, you know, if you're bugging out, you want to have something that's not going to be too heavy and too crazy in your pocket. And the reason why I chose this one over the tactical one is just because I feel that this one just feels a little more dense, a little more sturdy. You know, and if it's going to be doing heavy use if any reason I have to do heavy use with this, I have a feeling like this would hold up just a little bit more. I mean, they're both amazing, right? I think they both would probably hold up just as well. But, you know, just because, you know, preference, I think just because of the thickness and this being the aluminum frame, and I seen them hanging over 700 pounds on this on their promo videos, you know. So I think this one is my number one folder go-to, you know, in a bug out situation. So, yeah, those are my two top choices. And I just want to give a special thanks to Donnie from Donnie B All Day for giving me a shout out. I much appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. And let me know if you like these shirts here, Brother of the Blade. I'm gonna hit you up on the private. If you like those shirts, I'm gonna send you one, man. I appreciate your help on everything, and more reviews to come. I'm gonna be doing more testing, outdoor testing, and all different knives. And hope you guys enjoy. Please like and subscribe. All right. Happy Friday, everybody.